So today we are looking at the Mega OS Sierra home installer. So I'm going to boot it. So this is not the Luna edition. So I already made like a Luna edition like a week ago. So if you didn't watch that video, you can watch that video. So this is the Sierra latest update maybe. So yesterday the ISO file was released. So I was a bit busy, so that's the reason I didn't make it. Usually I'll be posting like a 2 videos daily without missing. But nowadays there is no such content or anything like that new releases in the Linux market. So that's the reason I didn't post a lot of almost like a 10-15 days improperly. I'm not posting regularly. So if I had any topic, then I'm going to make it. So here you can see it says like a reality soft. So I'm going to show you like a official website downloadings and also the features and all the other things. So I'm not going to show you some gaming experience or maybe the specific application installation and all those things. So it's better to do it on your own, because I can't satisfy everyone's needs. Because if I tried any single application, then there will be a lot of people who ask to try another application in that Linux distribution. So that's the reason I never install anything or anything like that. So I'm going to show you the default things and whatever the available things in that specific thing. And also I'm running it on the virtual machine right now, which is a VMware with a 60 GB of virtual disk, 8 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 1240p. So in the previous week ago, I made like a Mega OS videos. Like 95% of the people liked that video. They didn't have any issues. But there are some people who wanted me to try the application, because it says Windows app support and like Android support. So they asked me, you didn't even showed anything. So I already said a lot of times in my videos, I'm going to show you the basic things or the default things which usually you get in the distro. So that's the reason I'm going to show you the default things. I'm not going to install any of the applications or any games, because it will be pointless in my channel. Because if I did any application installation or any games installation, there will be a lot of people ask to try another game or any other application. So this cannot be happening. Like this can't complete the video, because I'm just going to wait on the same distro making all those applications and games, trying everything in that specific distro. So it will be a waste of time to do only the specific Linux distro. So my channel is not like that. My channel will be providing the latest news, not the specific single application or single Linux distro. So almost the booting process is completed. So usually it will take like maybe 2 or 3 minutes in the booting process. Usually you should be getting like a installer in the boot up. As soon as the boot up, you should be getting the installer. Just close the installer and you should be seeing the live boot. So it's always a better option to try the live boot first, and if you're satisfied, then go with the installation. And there are also like a pro version or maybe like a ultimate edition. There are a lot of editions available in the Mega OS. If you want to buy anything, you can buy. It's clearly up to you. So I'm choosing the home edition, which is a free edition. So here you should be seeing like a language selection. So I'm just going to quit it, and I'm going to boot it in the live boot. So after you quit it, you should be seeing the live boot. So based on I'm going to it's based on, and also the desktop environment you get is the KDE Plasma. So same edition or the same desktop environment you get from the Luna or the Sierra version, you should be getting same things. And here it says like a live session user. Need to provide any password or anything. You just need to click on enter and it's going to automatically takes you in. So there is no password for the live boot. Only when you install it, you should be creating an account and you know already the password. So the booting process, and this process will take a lot of time. You should be seeing everything, because I didn't stop talking here. So I've been keep talking. You should be seeing everything as default. I'm not going to trim anything here. So this booting process is a way more than most of the distros. Almost 70-80% of the distros will be booted up in this time. Even if it's a beta version or the development version, it doesn't take like this much of time. So it's almost like a 3.5 minutes, I guess. And here we have the desktop layout. So the default and that's the notification sound, which is connection. So I don't know what happened in the background. My VMware just closed. So it should be some issue in the background in my main operating system. Usually it doesn't happen, but it's okay. Let's first change the display settings. My monitor is 1920 into 1080. So it's going to take a bit of time. So it's not like a smooth experience, and right now you should be seeing other desktop environment. In the Luna edition, the desktop environment you get is the KDE Plasma, but looks like some other desktop environment. I'm going to show you. So let's open the first. So all the applications, these are all the pre-installed applications you get in this Mega OS. Let me show you. And we're going to I'm going to show you the system monitor afterwards. So these are all the pre-installed applications you get in the Mega OS. There are a lot of applications. So now let's go to the system monitor. So the difference with the Luna, you should be getting the KDE Plasma desktop environment, and here you should be seeing other desktop environment. Let me show you the information about the desktop environment. So system information. So let it take some time. And here you should be seeing the Cinnamon version 5.4.12. So you get the 5.4.12 Cinnamon version, and the Linux kernel you should be also getting the 5.15. So it's older version of a Sierra, but you get some updated ISO file. I don't know what's updated because you don't get any release notes or anything like that in the website. And the downloading thing or the downloading process will be directed to the SourceForge website. So you should be downloading the ISO files from the SourceForge. I'm going to show you all those things. So memory, it's 8 GB of RAM. My CPU is i5 1240p. So these are all the information, and these are all the process as soon as the booting is done. So I didn't open any of the applications or anything like that. So here are all the information, and when you go to the resources, here is our CPU. So in order to see the CPU whether it's stable or not, you just need to run like a 60 seconds or a minute. So this is the 60 seconds or a minute box. And if you see the stable graph, then it's a stable ISO file. Then if you see anything like a high graph or low graph, it should be a beta version most of the cases. But in this case, we downloaded the stable version. About the system monitor, you get the 42.0, and RAM is almost like a 1.9 GB, and cache is like a 6.4 GB. I don't know, Cinnamon desktop environment will consume this much of resources. So it's better to try it on your own, and if you want to install, you can install, but do your own research before going to install any of the Linux distribution. It's not a well-known distribution, so it's better to do your own research, get all the information. Then if you're satisfied, then install it, or else you can just use it as like a live boot and do whatever you want. So I'm going to keep the system monitor in the right side corner throughout the video, so you can judge it on your own whether to use it or not. So you get the Brave browser instead of the Firefox, which you usually see in every Linux distribution, or maybe the Chromium or the Falcon, like a lot of browsers you get, but you get the Brave browser. So the Brave browser will be taking a bit of time here. Usually the Chromium based browsers will take a lot of time to boot up. And also you should, if you see any lag, anything in the virtual machine, then it will be different in the bare metal, because in the virtual machine sometimes distros, not every distros, there are few distros which makes the like a laggy thing or like a hiccups here and there in the virtual machines. But it will be different in the VMware. It will be a bit laggy, but in the VirtualBox, most of the cases it will be running without issues. So there is sometimes in the VMware there are hiccups here and there, but in the bare metal, the resources and also the hiccups and lags and all those things will be a bit smoother. So you should be getting smooth experience in the bare metal. So that's the point I'm trying to explain here. So let's make it bigger and let's check the version of the Brave. So about Brave, you should be seeing a Chromium based version 1.71.114. Chromium is 130. So this is the latest browser, I guess, latest version of the browser. So let's go to the Mega OS. Just type in like a Mega OS in the search term, and the first link will be obviously the SourceForge, because there is the there you can download the ISO file, but there is official website here, and here is my video already. So I said like it runs both Windows and Linux program. I didn't say it my own. It's said in the official website or in the SourceForge. Here is the information. it says Mega OS is able to run both Windows and Linux program. There is some viewer, he said like a clickbait. I said it's not a clickbait, it's the information given by the Mega OS itself. So I'm just going to give the title whatever the official website says. I'm going to show you that. But the installing applications and all those things like installing games or playing games, it will be completely depends on you, because I don't want to try anything, because there will be some other viewers who want to try those applications, because it's going to take a lot of times to make that video. So I don't want to make a single distro like a 3-4 times. So that's the reason. Only if it has like any updated things, or only if the new release is available, then I'm going to make it. I'm not going to stick just with the same Linux distribution. So it will be a good idea to try it on your own and decide, because you know what application you want to try it, other than me. So here are the links. So this is the official website, and for the downloading you just need to go to the SourceForge, or else it will redirect to the SourceForge, however, in the official website. So this is the latest version, Luna. So that's the video here, which is made like 6 days ago from me. And about the Sierra, there will be Sierra version. I already made the Sierra in the previous, like maybe 2 months or 3 months ago. So this is the Luna version, this is the Sierra version. And if you want to search the Sierra version, you can search it in my channel for the older version. And this is the latest version right now. So about the release notes, you don't see any release notes or anything here. Here is the archive, and here should be all the information. Mega OS Sierra, and Mega OS Sierra will be discontinued on February 7th, 2026. So you should keep that in mind. It will be disconnected on February 7th, 2026. And the requirements of the Mega OS, here is the complete information. And the edition which I already mentioned in the beginning. So these are all the editions you get. The home version is the free version. Pro Ultimate Education will be the you need to purchase this edition if you want to try it. It's clearly up to you. And the ISO files. So when you go with the home edition, when you click here, it's going to take you to the SourceForge website right here. And when you go with the files, you can just directly search it in the SourceForge. Just search like a Mega OS in the. So when you type in the SourceForge, so this is the home page of the sourceforge.net. You just need to type in like a Mega OS, and the link or the project will be available right here. And here are all the information, and files will be right available in front of you. So here you should be seeing the Sierra, Luna, and Emma. So Lisa, Ashley, and all those older versions also. The most downloaded is the Luna, which I already made a video like 6 days ago. And the Sierra is released like yesterday. So when you click on the Sierra, you should be seeing the date here. So this is the latest release. And about the support and the blog, you don't see any release notes or anything. So let me show you. So here is like a Russian language. So you can translate by using the Google Translate, or here is the English version, discontinuation, October 6, 2024. It's better to do your own research, like read everything. If you're satisfied, then go with the installation. So the ISO files, here are all the information. And when you click on the Pro version, here are the system requirements, which I already mentioned. And here you should be seeing the Pro version, which costs like $25. And the other versions will be also available. So here is all the amount if you want to try it. And let me close this, all those things. So it should be seen in the Russian language. It's better to translate into English or whatever language you want, and you should be good with that. So when you go with the files, here are the ISO files. Just click on the ISO file, check the file size. It should be like a 4.9 GB or 4.85 GB, like that. Click on the ISO file, and it should take like a few seconds, maybe like a 3-4 seconds, and the downloading will be started. So it should be starting, and here you should be seeing the ISO file. Just save the ISO file. If you have download manager, you should be seeing the ISO files downloading in the download managers. And here is the ISO file. So I'm using it in the virtual machine, and also I'm using a VPN, so it will be slower. So I'm going to exit, and let's check the open the terminal, and let me type in some commands to get some distro information. Let's see whether there are some changes or anything like that. So let's make it bigger like this, and let me try the NeoFetch. So here you should be seeing the Mega OS, and the kernel version you get is a 5.15. So I forgot to show you the kernel information. So in order to go to the kernel information, or in order to get the kernel information, what the version and what is the whether it's a stable version or the long-term version, you just need to type in like a Linux kernel in the search engine, and the first link will be obviously the official website, and here are all the information. So 5.15 kernel is the long-term kernel. So here you should be seeing the long-term kernels, and the stable version right now is 6.11.4, and the end of life is 6.10.14. So here is like a mainline, stable, long-term, and all the Linux Next and all those things. So if you don't know what's this thing, and you just need to click here for the releases, and you should be getting all the description of what is a pre-patch, mainline, stable, and the long-term. So the 5.15 is the long-term version released on 2021-10/31, and it will be supported until December 2026. And also it will be the Mega OS Sierra will be ending at February 7th, 2026. So these are all the things you should be seeing. And also if you want the Luna expiry date or the end of life, you should be seeing in the in my Luna video, or else you can just go to the official website and get all the information. And in order to get the kernel information, you can use the uname-r, you can use the uname-a, NeoFetch, FastFetch, INXI, INXI-SV8. So these are all the things you can search for the kernel. So let's close it. And here is the uptime, which is almost 16 minutes. Packages 3225 dpkg. Shell bash version is 5.1.16. Resolution is 1920x1080. Desktop environment you get is the 5.4.12, which is Cinnamon. So the Luna version I already said like 2 times, I am not going to say it again. So WM, Mutter, and theme, icons, everything is already here. 12 gen Hi-Fi 1240p. So here is all the information. So if you want to try, you can try to type in like a cat /etc /issue. It says like a Mega OS Sierra Home Edition. And let me try the INXI-SV8. So everything is pre-installed, so you don't need to install the INXI or the NeoFetch or whatever you want. Everything is already pre-installed. So here is the, let's continue with the all this information. So let's first go with the system. Host, it says Mega because I'm running it as a live boot, so that's the reason. Kernel information I already mentioned, 64-bit. GCC compiler GCC version is 11.4.0. And what else we have? The desktop environment, Cinnamon 5.4.12. GTK version is 3.24.33. And distro is like a LTS Sierra Home, and it's based on Ubuntu 22.04 Jammy Jellyfish. So there is also the latest version of Jammy Jellyfish, which has like a 0.5 update or 0.6 update. I made a video already in my channel. If you want to check that out, you can check it out. So this is like a VMware information, which is clearly unnecessary. My CPU already mentioned like a 2 or 3 times. And this is like a flags, vulnerabilities. It's clearly unnecessary for the video. Let me find the graphics information. VMWGFX version is 2.19.0 instead of 2.20. And what else we have here? Display X11, XORG version is 1.21.1.4. And else, what else we have? So here is like a LLVM version 4.1. Mesa version is 23.2.1. And what else we have? The audio information. ELSA version is right here. Jack version is 1.9.20. Pulse audio 15.99.1. I'm sitting way far from the monitor, so if any point is wrong, it's better to pause the video and read everything here. Pipewire version is 0.3.48. And these are some other information. So Bluetooth not found because I didn't turn on the Bluetooth for the virtual machine. So here is every other things like a repos and all those things, which is clearly unnecessary for the video. Process 399, uptime is almost 18 minutes. Wake ups 127, init system D version 249, shell bash version 5.1.16, GCC version already mentioned, INXI version is 3.3.13. So these are all the distro information. And let's close everything. About the installation, let's double click the installer. You should be seeing the installer, and you should be seeing the same old installer. You don't see any new changes in the installation or anything like that. So I'm just going to show you some basic things, and we are going to open some applications and see whether this distro will handle day-to-day task or not. So compare it to the old Sierra video and this video, you should be seeing all the changes, because right now there is no release notes. Usually the Mega OS never provides any release notes or anything, but if I get any information, I'm going to provide it, or else you just need to compare it on your own. There are a lot of videos made in my channel of Mega OS. If you want to check that out, you can check that out. Don't compare it with the previous video, which is like 6 days ago, which is a Luna video, which is completely different. That has like a KDE Plasma desktop environment, and Sierra has the Cinnamon. So you just need to understand these common things. And here you should be seeing the language selection. So it's an old installer, so you already know about the installation, but I'm going to show you some basic things here. Keyboard layout, choose your keyboard layout. If you want to test, you can test it. If you want to detect your keyboard, you can do that. Click on continue. Again, it's going to take a few more seconds here. Keep an eye on the CPU and RAM throughout the video, so you should be seeing everything on your own, and you can judge it on your own. So here you have the updates and other software. Same thing, keep everything as default. If you want to check it, you can check it or uncheck it. It's clearly up to you. Preparing Ubuntu drivers, again, it is going to take like a 30 to 40 seconds. So instead of waiting for that, let's check some desktop features. So here is like a date and time, internet connections, everything is same. Here is like a workspace. So this is the new thing here, or the new type of thing in the Mega OS. So you should be getting 4 workspace. If you want to add, you can add it here. And what else we have? The language selection. Here is like a panel settings. So it should take a few seconds, and you should be seeing the panel settings. And also there is like some applications here, like a Reality Soft, and there is like a same thing like a Cortana. That's different language or a different name here. So I'm going to show you these things also. Usually I showed you in the Luna version or the Luna edition. So I kept everything as a default. I didn't change any panel settings or anything. I kept everything as a default. When you click here, you should be seeing some let it load. I'm going to discuss about that. So here we have the installer already. So it's kind of like a Cortana, but right now it's not opening. I don't know why. Installation type. So here we have the kind of like a Cortana, but it's called like a ELAND for Mega OS version 0.1. It's kind of like a AI tool, but let's see how it works. I already showed you in the like Luna version. It was very bad in my point of view, but it will be good for some viewers. But it's in my point of view, it's clearly was not proper. So if you want to search here, you can search like a. It can't like create any image or anything like that, but it's going to give you some basic things. Like let me try some random thing here. Name some veggies. So let's see how much of time it's going to take. So usually it will take a bit of time here. It's not going to give you a response fastly, but it's going to take a bit of time there. So here is the information. So it's better to try everything on your own. Like if you want to search anything, you can search it, but you should be understanding it's not going to provide everything. There is some limitation, so it's better to try everything on your own. So that's the version you get. And here are some applications, but before that, let's check some advanced features of the installation. So everything is same. Installation will take like almost like a 20-25 minutes, depend upon the requirements. If you have the recommended requirements of a Mega OS, it's going to taking like 15 to 10 minutes. But if you have like a low end PC, it's going to take a bit more there. And also resources, it's consuming like a 2.2 GB and cache is like a 6.5 GB. So in my point of view, it's like a bit of mid-weight or the mid-weight Linux distro, like that you can call it like that. It's not a lightweight Linux distro, but it's clearly up to you when you try it on the bare metal. In the bare metal, it's going to be consuming a bit lesser, like maybe like a 300-400 MB lesser, but still it's not the lightweight in my point of view. But some of the people will consider like under 1 GB also it's lightweight. So it's a different perspective for a different person. So most of the Linux users will be considering Linux lightweight when it's going to consume under like a 1 GB. It's a lightweight. If it's more than 1.1 GB, it's like a midweight. So it's clearly everyone's perspective. So about the applications, these are all the applications which I already mentioned in the beginning. So you should be getting like a day-to-day like a application, day-to-day user applications like a VLC media player, LibreOffice, image editors, and all the other things. So here is like a media player, music players, which is usually used by every normal user. About the application installation, here is like a Pure Wine, and here is like a Reality Soft Store, and there is separate like a Reality Soft Maps. So this is how you need to install the applications of Windows. So they provided information in the official website. So here you can install the applications. You already better know how to install the Windows applications. So if you want to try whatever the application you want, you can install and try it on your own. If it doesn't work, then it's clearly a waste of time to use this Linux distribution, and you can choose another distributions. There are a lot of gaming Linux distros, and also there are a lot of Linux distros which can run Windows apps. So it's better to do your research. And I already made like a 3000 4000 videos of Linux distros, and I really don't remember in which video I made it. So it's better to do your research and search that Linux distro in my channel. There will be a video. So if you want to detailed information, it's better to check another channels. I don't have any issues. So you should get all the information from every other channel. So it's your opinion. So I'm going to do a stress test now. So I'm going to open some bunch of applications here to see whether this distro will handle day-to-day task. So right now you should be seeing the resources will be high here. So it's almost like a 2.6 GB. And what else we have here? Connection. These are all the same basic applications. Here is like a Genymotion. So you need to create an account for this. And what else we have? And that's the notification sound. There is like a Reality Soft Translate. So we already have everything in English language, so we don't have any issues. Here is like a Winetricks. So if you want to try any applications or any games, try it on your own and decide whether to use it or not. So I don't think there is like any release note, so that's the reason I'm just going to I already showed you like a distro information, like a kernel information and the audio graphics information. So you should be seeing all the changes if you compare with the older videos, and you should be seeing all the changes. Other than that, I don't think there is any new changes or anything like that. So you should be getting same applications. So if you have any if you want any information, there is complete information in the official website, how to install, how to see all the tutorials, and it's going to take a lot of time here. So system monitor, it's consuming like a 3.5 GB or 3.6 GB. In the bare metal, it's going to be a bit lesser. So it's kind of like a heavy Linux distro in my point of view, and it will be clearly different in your PC. So I already mentioned my PC specs in the beginning. So this is how it worked. And here is like a passgen, which is like a last pass and other password generator like that. So maximum you can add like a 32, or maybe minimum will be 4 and maximum will be 32. And here you can generate the password. You just need to click on the generate password, and it's like that. So these are all the applications, and when we switch the applications, everything is switching instantly. And keep that in mind, I'm having like a 8 GB of RAM. My CPU is i5 1240p, so everything will be instantly opened. But it will be different when you have like a low-end PC or under the recommended requirements. So you need to create a password for this user account, and you can use it the Genymotion. And if you want tutorials of the Genymotion, you can check it out in the YouTube channels. There are a lot of videos available in the YouTube channels or in the YouTube. Here is the about Genymotion. Here is the version 3.7.1. So that's the video of Sierra, and here is our map of our RealitySoft maps. Let's close it. And here is the Pure Wine. Configure Wine if you want to uninstall the Windows program. There is like some issues. Maybe you are using a 64-bit. Note that many verbs only install 32-bit versions of the package. If you encounter problems, please retest in a clean 32-bit. So it's better to try it whatever the application you want on your own, and you should be getting all the answer there. So you should be judging on your own whether to use this distribution or not. In my point of view, everything is working for a normal user. And if you're a normal user who are trying to use this distribution, it's better to do all the research of this specific Linux distro. In my channel, I'm not going to recommend any distributions which I'm making almost like 6-7 years. I never recommend any type of distributions. I only say always go with the well-known distributions for your privacy. And if you want the LTS version, you can go with the well-known distributions. And if you had any issues, there are a lot of people who love to help for a well-known distributions. They can easily install, or they can easily fix any bugs or anything. They can help you in the forums or anything like that if you download the most commonly used distributions. But if you go with some random distributions, it's pretty much very hard for them to even see what distributions you are running like that. So it's better to go with the well-known distributions if you're a normal user. If you're a Linux tester or distro hopper, here is another distribution available. So if you want to try it, you can try it. So let's check the applications versions. So you don't get the latest version of the LibreOffice, you get the 7.3.2.2. Let's close it. And also the resource consuming is a bit more in the virtual machine. So here is the Wine tricks, the password generator. Let's close it. And the KD Connect for phone connections. And here is like a RealitySoft store. So if you want search application, you can search it. Here is the version. About software, here is the version which is 41.5. Installed applications will be right here. So you don't get any icons, images here. Updates, here are the updates. These are all the updates you get in this version. So I think I'm going to end this video. I'm not going to make like a lengthy video. I'm just going to give you the basic thing because it's already a old ISO file. Not the old ISO file, it's an old edition of a Mega OS. So the latest version is also available, which is a Luna. So this is how it performed. These are all the resources at the end of the video. And about the gaming, about all those things, it's better to try it on your own. And in order to try it, you need to install it on your PC. Before installing, do your own research, get all the information. If you're satisfied with all the privacy and all those things, then go with the installation. There is also edition for the paid edition. If you want to go check it out, you can check it out. It's clearly up to you. So for a normal user, here is like a home edition, which is a free edition. So I'm just going to close everything, and there is already no password for the live boot. So you know already everything. So let me show you the logout screen, and I'm going to end the video. And usually I'll be posting 2 videos daily, but nowadays like almost like there is literally no new Linux distros available in the Linux. That's the reason there is no videos available in my channel also. So if I find any distros, then I'm going to post 2 videos daily. Usually I post 2 videos daily, but nowadays like no videos, so that's the reason. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. And the password is clearly, you don't need to provide any password. You just need to click on enter and the password will be logged in. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.